The Beaches podcast is going to give you everything you want to know about a beach before you go there. I hope you enjoy the show. Be sure to check out our website, www.sandee.com. Without further ado, let's get into the show.
Okay. Looks like we've got a request for the ultimate Hawaiian getaway deep dive today.
Awesome.
Listeners thinking about heading to Kailua, Oahu, and they want to really get into the nitty-gritty. Best beaches, activities, the whole 9 yards. Make sure they have an amazing trip.
Sounds good. Yeah, and we've got some of their initial research right here, so let's see what we can do.
Perfect. So it looks like they found a little snippet mentioning Kailua, and it really caught their eye. Apparently, it's all about those classic beach vibes.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Kailua really is known for that kind of experience, the perfect mix of relaxation and adventure, all centered around those incredible Hawaiian beaches.
Okay, stop right there. Beaches. We got to talk about those beaches. The research specifically mentioned Kailua Beach. Spill the beans. What makes it so special?
Oh, Kailua Beach is truly something else. You've got this fine white sand that actually squeaks when you walk on it.
Wait, squeaks? Real?
Yeah. It's because of the unique coral composition. But the water, oh man, the water is unreal. Crystal clear turquoise, and because it's protected by an offshore reef, it's incredibly calm, perfect for swimming, even for families with little ones.
Oh, I can practically feel the sand between my toes already.
Yeah.
And the listener mentioned something about windsurfing.
Oh, absolutely. Kailua is like windsurfing paradise. They get these consistent trade winds sweeping across the bay. Perfect conditions for both windsurfing and pipe surfing, actually.
So cool.
And whether you're a total beginner or you've been doing it for years, there are tons of rental shops and lessons right there on the beach.
Okay, that's super helpful for anyone planning a trip. Now, I'm also getting the sense that our listener isn't just about lounging on the beach all day, right?
Right. They seem pretty interested in exploring the area, too.
Yeah. There's a little note here about Kailua town itself. What's the vibe like there?
Kailua town has this really cool, laid-back atmosphere, totally different from the hustle and bustle of Honolulu. You can find a ton of locally owned boutiques, restaurants, and cafes. It's really charming.
Oh, I love that. Any places in particular you'd recommend checking out?
Let's see. Well, if you're a foodie, you gotta try Kalapoi Market. They're famous for their poke bowls. Oh, and their local produce is amazing, too.
Poke bowls, yes, please. Okay, what about coffee? Got to get that caffeine fix.
Oh, you're speaking my language. For coffee, Morning Brew is a must. They have these amazing, unique Hawaiian blends, really delicious.
Ugh, now I'm craving both poke and coffee.
Yeah.
Bad combo, maybe. Anyway, the listener's research also mentioned something called the Lanikai Pillbox Trail. What's up with that?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. The Lanikai Pillbox Trail, that's where you go for some of the most incredible panoramic views on the entire island. It's a pretty short hike, but it's a bit steep in places. But trust me, those views are worth every step.
I bet. What can you actually see from up there?
Pretty much everything. You get this amazing vista of Kailua Beach, the Mukulua Islands, those iconic twin peaks just offshore, and the coastline that stretches all the way towards Waimanalo. Oh, and the sunrise from there is just spectacular.
Okay, sold. Adding Lanikai Pillbox Trail to the itinerary. So, let's say I'm convinced I'm booking this Kailua trip. What do I need to know about actually getting there?
All right, so the logistics. It's pretty straightforward. You would fly into Honolulu International Airport, which is the main airport on Oahu. And from there, it's about a 40-minute drive to Kailua.
Easy enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A rental car definitely gives you the most flexibility to explore the island. But you can also easily get ride-sharing services or taxis. And once you're actually in Kailua, everything's pretty walkable. Or you could rent bicycles. It's a really bike-friendly town.
That's good to know. Okay, so we've covered the beaches, water sports, the town, those incredible hikes, transportation. But what about, the most important part? Where do we sleep?
Ah, yes, the accommodations. Don't worry. Kailua has a ton of options for every taste and budget. If you're looking for that beachfront experience, there are tons of vacation rentals available.
Sounds right up our listeners' alley.
Yeah, I think so too. But if they prefer something a little cozier, there are some really cute bed and breakfasts nestled in these quiet neighborhoods. Or, of course, there's always the option of a larger resort if you want that all-inclusive experience.
Okay, wow. We have covered a lot of ground here. Beaches, activities, town vibes, hiking, transportation, even accommodations. I think we've painted a pretty vivid picture of what a vacation in Kailua could look like.
I think so, too. And it really seems to match up perfectly with the listeners' initial research and the kind of Hawaiian escape they're dreaming of.
Totally.
So before we wrap up, I want to leave our listener with something to ponder. Just a little something to spark their imagination as they plan their Kailua adventure.
Ooh, I love it. Lay it on us.
Okay, so picture this. You're paddling a kayak across Kailua Bay, the sun is shining, and you're headed for those majestic Mokulua Islands. Just you, the turquoise water, and those incredible peaks in the distance. What would you pack for that little adventure? Food? Drinks? Maybe your snorkeling gear. Starting to picture those details can really bring that dream trip to life.
That's such a great point. Sometimes it's those little details that make a trip truly unforgettable.
Exactly.
Well, mahalo for joining us on this deep dive into Kailua.
Of course.
We hope you're feeling inspired and ready to start planning your own Hawaiian getaway.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Thanks for listening to the show, and be sure to tune in next week for your favorite episode about some of the best beaches and beach information in the world.